Kids are in bed?
Kids are in bed.
Welcome, everybody, to episode 37 of The Kids Are in Bed. I'm Tim Severson, and this is Jenni Severson.
What's up?
What it do?
What is up?
With the wiggity whack.
What is up?
How are you?
I'm so great. Thanks. How are you?
I am 40-licious.
Ooh, look at that. Nice. Has your past self ever helped your present self so much that you're just like, thank you so much, past self?
All the time.
I went to hang this banner for your birthday party, and there were two little hooks.
The hooks from another birthday
already
party.
under there. And I was like, yes.
Had to be one of Clementine's, I think.
Yes, there's already hooks.
If I recall, it was a princess one, maybe.
Yeah, I think it said Clementine.
Oh, maybe it just said Clementine.
Yeah. It's in your room now, in the corner.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was so happy to see those hooks.
It worked out really well.
Speaking of, something very strange happened to me. I think we were talking about this last week.
Okay.
That I opened up all of our blinds.
Uh-huh.
And our family was like, why are all the blinds open?
Yes.
It was weirding everybody out.
Yeah.
Well, when I went to go open up the blinds for two of our windows, they have these really long cords.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, gosh, what should I do with this cord? And I was like looking around like, where should I put this? Previous owner had put these little hooks up there that you could just tie them right up.
Yeah.
I've lived in this house for 6 years.
Yeah.
I had no idea
That's
those hooks were there.
That would give me, like, when we first moved here, I would have dreams all the time about finding a room.
Secret rooms. Yes.
And everything I wanted was in them. And
yes.
I'd wake up and I'd be like,
I had the same dreams.
They've gone now. My brain has completely abandoned ship. There's no secret rooms in here.
I still have them sometimes.
You do? I don't.
Yeah.
But that my point was that would have made me have that.
Yes.
It's like when I go back to campus and I'll have, like, if I ever walk through campus, within a couple of weeks I'll have a school nightmare. Same thing, but in a better way. That you'd get the secret room back.
What was in your secret rooms?
Usually a pool, for sure.
Okay, nice.
In
the home?
Well, it was like a room to like an oasis usually.
Oh.
So it was like a room that you were inside, but all of a sudden you were kind of outside. But then there was this other one where it was like we lived and there was like a restaurant attached.
Nice.
Which was boring at first because it was all kind of like dusty and like the tables were, but all the taps worked.
Nice.
And like the lights worked.
The lines weren't dirty at all?
No, crystal clear. Yeah. And that was a really weird one. And I could go out and I'm like, we live right next to a business. That's strange.
What? I never noticed that. Yeah. I love those dreams.
They're fun ones.
Kind of hope I have one tonight. I wonder what's going to be in my secret room.
You just wake up to me, secret room, secret room. I'll try to get in there for you. A little inception. We were talking about this the other day before we jump into our topic of the week. There's a song that's popular right now by Chappell Roan.
Chappell Roan?
Who has already gotten herself in a bit of trouble.
Oh, no, I didn't know about this.
She didn't take a stance on the election, which it turns out is worse than taking a stance.
Oh, no. Uh-oh.
People got really mad at her, and then she canceled a bunch of shows.
Oh, no.
But she'll be okay.
Okay.
She'll get through it, I'm sure. But her song, we were talking about this. I think we were on the way to Tailgate.
We were.
And
we were talking about this.
I've had it, actually, I think since the first time they played it at the Gopher game, it just kind of clicked for me. That the rhythm and melody of that song paired with the spelling out of hot to go is very much it felt to me when I heard it in the stadium very much like, oh, this old song. Like, how is it possible that this combination of like spelling it out like that in a catchy way hasn't existed? Like, it felt like a song I knew forever, which is a sign of a really good song, right? Like, first time I heard it, I'm like, oh yeah, I know this one.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
This concept had me spiraling out of control. I was like, yes, why hasn't this song been written before? And then I was like all in like dimensions. And I was like,
Yeah.
this song has been written before.
Right.
I got real. I had to just like check myself because I spiraled. There's no way. Well, there's no way in 2024
Yeah.
that combination of lyrics and music has never been done.
Yeah, it just really feels like
it doesn't make any sense. There's a fucking glitch in the matrix. I'm so freaked out. So freaked out.
It's because it's got the catchiness like of the Happy Birthday song. It's, you know what I mean? Like it's just like
you hate the Happy Birthday song.
I know, but it's catchy, right? That's why it held on, and so it's got that catchiness. It's good stuff.
Yeah, it's really chipping me out. Whew. I'm tripped out.
I just saw there's a girl who was doing a stand-up routine where she took that song, but she completely, parodied it, and not even for the purpose.
Not hot to go.
No. For the purpose, it was like a completely different theme, and it was about a friend of hers that's really into conspiracy theories, like birds or robots, maybe even like Pizzagate or things like that people have bought into. And so then she spells out JFDMSB. What is this conspiracy? JFDMSB. Jet fuel doesn't melt steel beams. JFDMSB. Jet fuel doesn't melt steel beams. That is the common thing you would hear a 9/11 conspiracy theorist say, is that jet fuel couldn't have melted the steel beams within the World Trade Tower that brought it down. It's a government job. The same way we create hurricanes to destroy our own country, not other countries. We can control the weather, but we only want to destroy the Gulf for some reason.
There's a lot of holes in that, isn't there? Feels like we would use it another way.
Yeah. You'd think all of a sudden there'd be a hurricane popping up someplace where there might not otherwise be hurricanes, but I don't know. I don't know a whole lot about the technology, but the TikTok was very funny, very, very clever.
I find in general TikToks are quite funny
if you get on the right algorithm. If you get off on the wrong ones, they stop being funny and they start to get really infuriating.
Get out of there.
I know. I try to. You can reset your algorithm. Did you know that?
I don't think it takes long to just do it the old-fashioned way.
It's true. That's true.
Okay.
Yeah. It just takes more mental effort, I think. You got to decide what you want to be into.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah. I don't think anybody does. All right. Are you ready?
I am ready.
We need to move on to our topic of the week.
All right.
This is it. This is the end.
This is the end?
Of our journey through the 25 years.
Oh.
Because, 2024 exists, but it's not even a full year. So it wouldn't really be honorable to only give it a 75% chance.
We must be honorable above all.
Of course. So we are going to wrap this up with 2023. So we will find out if we think that 2023 can come in and sweep it and become our favorite year of the 25.
Okay.
We'll quickly go through what was going on last year.
Jeez. I feel like I'm not going to know any of this.
Taylor Swift broke everything by
Good for her.
Going on tour.
Good for her.
Yeah. She helped out everybody, right? Exposed Ticketmaster for all of their troubles.
Boo.
And didn't stop people from spending a lot of money to go see her perform, as though she were like Paul McCartney and this is the last chance.
I mean, is that really who you want to choose?
Well, it's just the first one. I mean, who else?
Oh.
Who else?
Elton John?
Over Paul McCartney?
Oh, yeah.
What?
What?
Huh? Paul McCartney, in your mind, musically?
Not as a single artist.
Oh.
Paul McCartney as a single artist?
Yeah.
No.
What if he was playing the hits?
By himself?
Well, no, there'd be a band with him, I assume.
It's not the same. Can't do that. No.
Because you would recognize. Because remind me again.
You're trying to tell me that Paul McCartney is the greatest musician of all time?
No, you stuck up two against each other.
Oh.
And you said why?
Well, I was
Paul
just
McCartney?
giving one other example.
Yeah,
that was the first one.
I'm just saying.
Billy Joel.
Billy Joel, yeah. But Billy Joel, I mean, he's so far from being out. I mean, he's still selling out Madison Square Garden on the regular.
Kind of my point.
Yeah.
Are you proving my point? What's
No.
happening?
I was using an older artist that you may want to see one time before it's all said and done.
That you should pay more for than Taylor Swift? I don't know, Tim. I don't know. I think you're losing this argument.
I don't think you're understanding my argument. My argument is, why spend $5,000 just to be a part of the Eras tour? It's like, man, sit back in the cut for a second and chill out.
Well, you just never know. What if she got hit by a bus? One of her buses that her dad owns. Just saying, you never know. You got to strike when opportunity presents itself.
I don't like any that.
Also, you want to be part of the phenomenon, right? Like it's cool to be a part of it. Say like, yeah, I went to the Eras tour. That's awesome. It's the greatest tour of all time. Of our time. Maybe not of all time, but it is the greatest tour of our time.
Right. Statistically speaking.
So to say that you went to that, I think is something people want to pay for. Not I went to Sir Paul McCartney's last concert.
No,
sorry.
My point wasn't.
Have I gone off the rails?
My point wasn't that you'd rather see him. My point was Taylor Swift has a lot of career left. She's got a lot. I mean, how old is Taylor Swift?
She was born in
1989. Right?
I don't know.
1989. That was the name of one of her albums.
Sort of
I'm going to go ahead and assume.
No, that's the year she was born. I just was trying to pause while I tried to do math. I was stalling. I was stalling so that nobody knew I couldn't do that.
She's 35.
Oh, thanks. 35. I was going to get there. I was going to get there if you didn't bust me out of my pause.
Sorry. I'll never bust you out of a pause ever again. Yeah, so my point was she's got a long ways to go.
Presumably.
And you know that a lot of people really overextended themselves to go to this concert. That was the whole thing, right? Like, and I get it, but sometimes you got to make decisions, right?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. No, disagree.
Okay.
Says the person who didn't go.
This is when Rhianna performed at the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Pregnant.
That was lovely.
It was so good.
What a lovely surprise.
Yeah.
The thing that confused me about that is I was, a little removed from the times. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I thought she had the baby.
Oh.
Like, it took me a few minutes to, convince myself that she was, in fact, pregnant again.
Yeah.
My brain was like, she's still pregnant?
The best part is it was a pretty simple in terms of, she didn't have to do a ton of choreography, obviously, mm-hmm. because she was pregnant. Mm-hmm. So they're like, yeah, we got to take it easy. You're pregnant. Let's get you up in the air, though, 100 feet.
It was very safe. She was secure. Lots of straps. Lots of mechanisms.
Let's get you way up there.
Yeah, somebody was stressed, though. Because their entire job was to make sure, not someone, some group of people. Their whole job was to keep her safe.
Whoever might hold her life insurance policy probably was sweating it out.
It was a little dangerous.
What do you think her life insurance pays out? It's got to be crazy.
I don't know. I don't know much about life insurance myself.
Yeah, me neither. But you would imagine, right? Isn't it I
don't know. Can you get life insurance when you're a gazillionaire?
Some.
Seems
it probably doesn't make a difference given her estate is worth.
That's what I'm saying. I don't really think that's the thing anymore.
You can get a little extra.
Maybe. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. Do we have life insurance?
Absolutely not.
I think I have some through work.
We don't.
A small amount.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to do much for you.
Nah. That's it. There really wasn't anything else huge note celebrity news that we need to talk about.
Those were big. Those were good. That's all you needed.
Let's get to our movie games. Mm-hmm. Box office 2023. I'm going to give you the list of the top 5, and you try to tell me which
Okay.
grossed the most domestically
Got it.
at the box office
I'm ready.
in 2023. We had the Super Mario Brothers movie, Oppenheimer, Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 2, 3, 2, 3,
3.
3. Somehow
I think.
Somehow I deleted that. One of those ones. Spider-Man, Across the Spider-Verse, and
Nice.
Barbie.
I've seen all of these films,
Same.
and they're all delightful. I enjoy them very much.
Mhm.
I'm going to be mad at myself for failing on this, but I think it's Barbie. And I'm going to be embarrassed if it's not, but I think it's Barbie.
It is Barbie.
Okay, good. Whew! Really sweating on that one. But we've talked about this before.
Barbenheimer.
Barbenheimer got us back in the theater as adult moviegoers. So, hats off to you.
Yeah.
Greta
Yes.
and
Yeah, I believe I was actually thinking about
Christopher.
that right before we started. I believe we walked out of Oppenheimer going, why don't we go to Friday movies in the afternoon more often? We should do this all the time. We're like, yeah, we should.
It was a year ago. It was a year ago, yeah.
It was a half ago.
It was yeah, we were really into that. Like kids are in school.
Yeah,
we can just take off the afternoon. I think because we realized if you're going to take off the afternoon, a movie is not the way to spend it.
Yeah, there are much better ways.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, but in the moment, it was a genius idea.
I think we just get really excited to be around each other.
Yeah.
I think that's
fun.
really what happens. And I think that's kind of like after my party that we had here. And you're like, oh, you didn't really have fun. I did have fun. I realized I didn't see you.
I was an absolute madwoman.
Well, we both were, we're both doing the thing and you're talking to people. And I'm always so scared that I'm not going to talk to somebody or somebody's not having a good time. So I just run around trying to be entertaining because I think that helps everybody.
You talk to everybody.
And
I did not.
yeah. So yeah, I didn't see you at all on Saturday. Like we were passing.
Oh, is that
ships.
why you were sad?
I think so.
Oh,
I think it was.
sorry.
Because I felt like I didn't see you like at all. And then like everybody left, but then, the game was late and everybody had to go home and get their kids to bed and we had to get our kids to bed. And so you took the kids to bed and we stayed up and I'm like, God, I didn't see Jenny at all today. Other than when we were setting up for the party.
I'll make it up to you.
Oh, okay, cool. We'll run through the movies quick because I think you're going to be surprised how many we've seen. This is like
I told you, Oppenheimer was the return. Brought us back.
We got Barbie, Oppenheimer.
I'm just going to repeat them all.
Spider-Man
It's the
Across
game
the
I'm playing.
Spider-Verse.
Seen it.
The Little Mermaid.
Seen it.
I saw this. You didn't. Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning. Elemental. And, well, that's it. But that's pretty good for us.
Well, that's a lot.
We
have officially returned.
Yeah, we're
because
back.
now we go to adult movies, but also our kids are doing pretty well at the PG-13 rating. I mean, not all.
Yeah.
But some PG-13s they can watch. That really opens up a whole new world.
It does. It does.
A whole new world. For a second, I thought that was Little Mermaid, and I was really excited that I tied into the Little Mermaid. Wrong movie. Dang it.
Shoot. That's embarrassing for you.
I went to a lot of those in the theater even.
I know. Little Mermaid. We have got pictures from the little setup they had. They had like a rock.
Yeah.
And then Barbie, they had like a setup with the pink streamers.
I went to Barbie twice.
Our movie theater, maybe all movie theaters do a really good job of that, of having those.
No, I don't think they all do.
For Beetlejuice, they had the sandworm out.
Yes. Oh my gosh, the cutest picture
They had
of
the
Clementine with
tornado
the sandworm.
when we went and saw Twisters.
Yeah.
They do a really good job.
I like our movie
Our
theater.
movie theater is pretty solid.
It's pretty good.
It makes up for our terrible Target,
Yeah.
All right. Let's get into 2023, shall we? And what we did. Oh, no. Movie Oscars.
Oh,
I
my God.
always do that.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
It's my fault.
It's all right.
am
You'll
I
be
doing?
okay. Everything's
All right.
fine.
Best Picture winners from last year, or nominees. Best Picture nominees. Academy comes to you, Jenny, and says, we need your help. You need to be the decision maker. Which one of these should get the trophy? We have The Holdovers, American Fiction, The Zone of Interest, Barbie, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, Past Lives, Anatomy of a Fall, Maestro, Killers of the Flower Moon.
I actually feel like we've talked about all of these movies
I think we
on the
probably
podcast.
we probably have.
Yeah, because they're so recent.
Well, like Poor Things we watched recently.
Poor Things was beautiful.
Mhm.
It was beautiful to watch, like looking at a painting
Yes.
for 2+ hours. Holdovers, delightful.
Yeah.
I loved that movie. I think we actually started our podcast when we were watching these movies. I think we talked about all these in the very early episodes.
I think you're right.
So I'm not. I wasn't a fan of Killers of the Flower Moon.
Mm-mm.
Scorsese just really lost himself on that one.
Yeah, it needed another half an hour is kind of how I felt.
Yeah, that's how I felt too. Yeah, maybe 45 minutes even. Could be. Barbie is my everything. I've seen Barbie approximately 7,500 times. I love that movie. But Oppenheimer was the win.
Oh, all right.
Totally agree. I love Christopher Nolan. Love him.
Yeah. Oppenheimer, I mean, it's just all around. I haven't seen everything on the list. The Zone of Interest, which I know you won't watch.
If you watch it first and screen it for me.
I've watched it.
I think I could watch it because it's all...
It's all just, you know.
Right. I know what I know. So I think I'll be fine.
We know
it's not
you know,
introducing
you know.
new information to me.
Yeah.
Really. So.
Right.
And I don't have to see it.
Right. From a cinematography standpoint, it's beautiful. It's so well done. But I just don't think it quite had what it took to be the full-blown one. But it's a pretty good movie.
I'll watch it.
It's such a great concept to...
Scary concept.
It is. But it's also brave, right? To go after it and just go, I'm going to do it the exact opposite of every time it's been done and not show you anything.
Is it based on a book?
I think it might be.
I think it might be too.
But really well done. Good movie. But Barbie is good, but I feel like that's one that we can say isn't really an Oscar winner. But that said, set design out of control.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, we've talked about this movie. So, but
yeah,
I agree with you. Oppenheimer was good. Christopher Nolan for the win again. Good for you, dude. All right, now we can get into 2023.
Let's do it.
If you'll remember, the year started with you taking a trip out to Palm Springs.
Palm Springs, baby. That was a delightful. It was a bachelorette. I just remember saying to everyone, I can't believe I'm almost 40 and I'm going to Palm Springs for a bachelorette party. I feel like I should have done that at like 23, not 39.
Yeah, it does feel like something that like you either are there for a bachelorette party at 23 or you guys should all be there in like 20 years, right?
Yeah,
and you'd be like, we'll
it was
go
perfect though.
Yeah.
It was so fun.
Yeah, you guys had an awesome Airbnb that you
loved it.
FaceTimed me.
I toured the whole Airbnb too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have a weekend with friends we do every year, just local here. And I got big ideas.
Yes.
I was like,
really did.
Screw Grandview. We are moving our weekend to Palm Springs because it was perfect. And they're everywhere. Those Airbnbs, you know what I mean? It's every single house.
Yeah.
Is perfect. The pools and the backyards, they're just set up for fun.
Yeah.
They're party central.
Yeah, absolutely.
Loved it. Oh my gosh. And they had these bar stools in the pool.
Very cool.
Which I mean, like, yes, sure, you might find those at a huge resort or like Vegas, but like not in your backyard.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was my jam.
Very cool. In 40 years of my life, I've never been to California.
What? I knew this. It just escaped me for a minute.
Yeah.
That is strange.
I've never been further west than Las Vegas.
We should probably fix that. That's very strange.
It is weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think when I've counted it up now, it's always hard, right? Because does it count? Can you count states if you've been to them when you were 5?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
I do.
Because I think I have somewhere in the mid 30s, high 30s of states that I've been to.
Yeah.
But West is not a direction I've really, I've done Colorado.
Well, you don't like beaches.
Colorado.
So.
I've done Arizona. Utah doesn't count, but I was in Utah last year.
Why doesn't it count?
Well, you can't count.
Oh,
state.
the airport. You
Yeah,
definitely can't count.
You have to leave. The
airports
airport.
don't count.
So I've seen Utah.
Agree.
But I haven't been to Utah.
Same. Why did we go to Utah?
We had a layover on our way to Mexico.
Oh, Mexico. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So.
Well, it sounds like we need to take you to California.
Yeah. Yeah.
3-4 times maybe I've been there.
Yeah.
Very
you've
strange.
gone a lot.
We need to fix that.
Yeah. Need to get out there at some point. If only we knew somebody who lived out there. He doesn't watch us.
He invites you all the time.
Box Elder. I know he does.
So.
I know. That apartment looks pretty tiny though. I went to Chicago shortly after you got back from Palm Springs.
We were bacheloring and bacheloretting it up like we were 20-year-olds.
Yes, went to a bachelor party. I'll never forget that trip solely for the way it started. And it started right outside our front door because we had gotten like a sleety, like rainy morning, and then it froze over. And I was so on top of my game that morning. I was getting in the car 10 minutes early. So I'm like, whatever, I'm going to the Sky Club. I'm ready to go. And stepped on the front step and slipped, and I hit the ground so hard. The one thing I say on the ring cam is I just said, please tell me that got recorded. And it kind of does, but our storm door is in frame right as I hit the deck. But I hit it so hard. And there was a car coming. So I popped up. It was probably the best thing for me because I just popped up right away to make it look like, that wasn't so bad. But I was hurting the whole way to the airport. And then I get to the airport, I'm like, I was bleeding down my sleeve. I had to fix that up. But.
Yikes. I'm pretty sure you also have a ring cam of me coming home from Palm Springs when you scared me. Coming home from the airport.
No, that wasn't Palm Springs. It was later in the year because it was Halloween. And it was when you got back from Montana. It was a year ago.
Sorry.
Yes.
Long trip.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll talk about it now. Yes, I've got video on the ring cam. But for some reason you had the kids.
Yeah. So I went on a girls' trip in October.
Yep.
To Montana, Bozeman. I'm not really much for the great outdoors.
No.
But it was fun. We saw some mountains. We went on some appropriately paced little excursions. I wasn't like I was hiking a mountain, thank goodness. It was really fun. Just great to be with friends.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend lives out there, so that was fun.
Yeah.
But I think what happened was...
And you flew. Mm-hmm. I've never flown out there. We've only driven out there.
Oh, yeah. The airport is exactly what you expect.
Yeah.
It is like, when you start driving up north and like all of the exteriors start changing.
Yes.
It's like that. Montana threw up inside the airport.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's tiny. It's just a little tiny the Bozeman one anyways.
Yeah.
But it is, Montana is, once you're there, man, it is in your face.
Yeah.
It's like, you're in Montana.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I know.
Right.
Where? Thanks for the reminder. Every 7 feet. Got it. But I think what happened was I flew home and it was not too late. So I think we decided to meet up for dinner.
Oh, that's right.
So you and the kids met me at the restaurant.
Yeah.
And
Then they wanted to ride home with
And
you.
then I drove them home.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I got home first, and I was walking inside, and we have, I don't even know, it's like a ghoul, right? That has a sensor.
What's a ghoul?
I don't know. That thing?
I think you're right that it is a ghoul, but I don't know what a ghoul is.
I don't either. I was hoping we just get through that.
Oh. Well, I think you're right. Some sort of scary, ghosty-like creature.
Welcomes people in an ominous way. Ominous? Is that right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. And
ominous. Whoops.
Knew it didn't sound right. I'm like, I'm not saying that right.
You were confusing it with onomatopoeia.
Yeah, that's what I'm always thinking about onomatopoeias.
You do actually think about onomatopoeias. Onomatopoeias.
Are you hungry? I could go for an onomatopoeia.
I was thinking about like the animal rights group, not pita bread, but you think about onomatopoeias more than most people.
I think you're thinking of alliteration.
No.
Oh.
Isn't onomatopoeia when it's in the noise?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Oh.
A lot of people think about alliteration.
Oh, yeah.
Alliteration is the most
like
common
Today when you were cooking, you said, "Can you give me the chicken broth?"
That did not happen.
Can you give me that chicken broth?
That did. I was so confused about why you were laughing at me so hard. I was like, why was that funny? I just need the broth. I didn't know that's what happened.
The broth.
Oh, stop. Anyways,
so yeah, I went to Chicago.
The ghoul.
The ghoul.
The ghoul. You scared me.
Yes. And so I walked by it, and it, said whatever it said. And we had it propped up. It's supposed to be hanging, but we can't ever really get a good spot for it because the ceiling height on our front deck is so high that it hangs too high. And if it goes out like on the pillar, our wind is too much.
It's very windy.
So we have to prop it up on this chair. Yeah. And it doesn't like to sit in it. But I was like, I could sit under that and nobody would know because the light's off and it's dark. And that's what I did.
I was picking up a knocked over skeleton dog that your son pet this morning.
And so your reaction is good, but the best part of it was the way Jude just takes off.
The flight reflex is strong in that one.
So real. He is just like, peace out, mom and sister.
I'm out of here. You guys are on your own.
Best of luck with the ghoul. Oh, man.
At least he's consistent, though.
It's true.
Like, his flight response is very strong 100% of the time.
Yeah, it's probably something that we should be very thankful for, because if you had a fight response, that would be, I don't even know.
It'd be no good.
No good.
What's the third one again?
Freeze.
Yeah, that's me.
There's a fourth one now, too, I think.
Oh.
I can't remember what it is. Flight, fright. I can't remember. Yeah. So that was fun. I enjoy scaring you. It's one of my favorite things. I was actually thinking about the other day. It's been a long time since I've poured a bucket of cold water over you in the shower.
Oh my God. I cannot tell you how much I hate when you do that.
I haven't done it. I don't think I've done it since we lived here. I did it all the time in Maple Grove.
It freaking sucks so bad. I hate being cold. I hate being cold so much.
I think it's, I think the only reason I did it so much there is because of the way our bedroom and bathroom was set up, that we didn't have a door to our bathroom.
Yeah.
There was just a door to where the toilet was.
Yeah.
And so when you walked into the bathroom, if one of us was in the shower, you just saw the shower.
It was
And it was a glass door. And so I just like walk up there and be like, I'd probably go get a cup of water.
Such a jerk.
No, Chicago.
So you went to Chicago.
I went to Chicago after I cleaned myself up and had to just I didn't make another coffee, but I had a coffee. I was so ready to go.
Were you hot to go?
I was HOTTOGO.
I'm so sorry that happened to you.
And, but we went and, it was just a quick weekend trip. And the first night, it was just like a group of 4 of us, and we went out to the steakhouse, and it was one of those days like we landed at the airport. Of course, that's where everybody lands.
Hopefully.
Well, yeah, not everybody.
It's working out in your favor.
And then we went to Pequod's Pizza, which is amazing, and got like deep dish pizza. And it was like, I don't know, 2:30 or 3. And then we were going out to a steakhouse for dinner. And by the time we got done eating, I was just like, I can't ingest anything else. So we basically just, me and my friend Blake, we were sharing a hotel room, and we just went to the hotel front desk and bought just a couple of the Lucy beers that they sell you for $20 a piece, and just went up and we watched the women's Final Four because it was April Fool's Day weekend. And we just were both sitting on the couch wearing T-shirts and underwear, drinking beers and watching basketball. We went to bed like really early and woke up the next morning.
Sounds great.
Woke up the next morning and got it started. We went to that restaurant downtown that has all the lights and stuff on the ceiling.
They don't have those here.
We don't have anything cool like that.
I really want to take the kids to one of those.
Yeah, we can go to Chicago sometime with the kids. They're close enough. And we just started bar hopping from there. And then the ultimate destination was we went to a golf simulator. It was in Wrigleyville. And we went in there. It was like 3 p.m. And we got out and it was dark. And I think everybody immediately, like their internal clocks just went, oh, it's like midnight. And all of a sudden, everybody just started falling apart. Like everybody was hammered. One guy was on the sidewalk and so it was like calling Ubers, what's the next move? And then people just kept leaving, and I was bored of just standing around. So I just started walking over to Wrigley Stadium, and there were guys sitting out on their patio across the street, like where the home runs go. And they're just like, trying to enjoy their Saturday night, and they were having a cigarette, and I went over trying to be funny and was asking them what kind of sports ball they played at that stadium over there, and took video of it. And
I don't think they probably thought you were very funny.
No, and in retrospect, watching the video really wasn't all that funny. I just, I guess my inhibitions were gone. And I'm like, this seems like a brave thing to do in
Good
Chicago, is just go talk to some strangers. And then I got lost that night. You
get lost a lot when you're on your own in strange cities.
Well, it happens when, like that night, it felt like everybody fell off really fast and so by the end of it, it was like 3 or 4 of us at a bar, and then it was down to like 2. It was me and the groom, and then he lives in Old Town, so he was going one direction, and I was over by the river, and I was going the other direction. And I'm just like, so I'm pretty sure I've got this, but I just go out and take a right, and then we're good, right? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, awesome. See ya. I went around the corner, and immediately I was like, I have no idea where I am. And just started wandering around. Went into the Velvet Taco because I was hungry. Took a selfie, and then just proceeded to get lost downtown. Wrote all about it. I made it home just fine, even after my photo.
You always do.
Nobody was really helpful when I told them I was lost on the street, though.
I imagine.
Nobody really wanted to talk to me. Hey, excuse me, could you just try somebody else? But that was a fun trip. I like Chicago. We've talked about that too. Chicago's a good city.
Yeah, so fun.
So fun. We'll take the kids back there. That'd be fun. Then I got back from Chicago, and a few weeks later, we were whisked away to Chattanooga.
Whisked away?
Pardon me, boy. Is that the Chattanooga choo-choo?
Oh, okay.
Track 29.
Okay. Get it? Oh,
Boy, can you lend me a dime? I think it's something like that.
nice. Very good. I did not like Chattanooga. Chattanooga was not my jam. I loved the people we were with. We went for a wedding.
Yeah.
Great group of people.
Mhm.
Had a lot of fun hanging out with friends.
Yep.
Had a great time.
High school contingent, all hometown people.
Yeah, super fun time.
Yep.
Didn't like the city. Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's a little college town. It did have a little more charm than I was expecting it to have, but yeah, there isn't a whole lot there. It seems like it's kind of in a little bit of a middle ground stage because it is a college town. There might be hope for Chattanooga yet.
All right. Well,
I think we could stop back in maybe a decade and reassess.
All
But
right.
we did have a lot of fun there.
yes. I had a fun time. The people we were with were awesome. We
Yeah.
did super fun things.
Yeah.
I just didn't like the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of an odd.
I had a fun trip though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just like, I don't think I'm going to. Unless it was the same idea, like where a whole group of fun people are going.
Right.
That's where they're going to be. I'm going to go there to be with them.
Yeah.
But I would not go back there like just the two of us or as a family.
There isn't anything really to say, oh, we need to go back for that.
And that's unusual for me. Usually whenever I go someplace, I immediately start thinking about how I want to bring my kids there.
Yeah, well that was definitely a situation where it's like, yeah, vibes are high here, but that's just because we're here for this specific wedding.
Yeah.
I think the people
The fun was had.
Yeah.
It was a great time.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We went to they call it a mountain. It's not really a mountain, but Lookout Mountain on our last day.
Is that what that was called? Isn't that from like a movie?
Oh, maybe.
Is it?
Am I thinking?
I don't know if that's what it's called. I can't remember.
I thought it was.
You could be right.
It's where they had the battle above the clouds during the
Battle above the
Civil War. We
clouds.
learned all about that up there. But the craziest part, all that was cool. I love Civil War stuff. We listened to a podcast on our way to Atlanta because we flew out
did.
of Atlanta from a
Yeah.
guy who told us all about it.
Yeah. He was funny to listen to.
But the craziest part about that experience was when we went. So you have to kind of go up kind of a switchback road all the way up to the top. And when you get up there are houses like on the cliffs that look like you're in Malibu. Just these giant homes up there, which is not like Chattanooga down below. But I found out because what's his name? Daryl from The Walking Dead. He owns a bar there. And he owned a place up there. So there's money there. Like, it's so weird where there's just these little pockets of money.
It's very pretty.
It is beautiful. Yeah. You can see from up there, we could see the Smoky Mountains in the distances. Yeah, it's a good trip. On the way to Atlanta too, we went to Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's is cool.
Buc-ee's was outstanding. Cleanest bathrooms ever.
They really were. I mean, it's something to hang your hat on.
Yeah.
To say that you have the cleanest bathrooms.
Yeah.
I think it was a good line.
Yeah. It's good stuff.
It was a good decision to make.
Yeah. So that was a fun trip. And
That
we
was
got
very
home
fun.
from that and we said hi to our kids and then we got on a plane and went to Mexico.
Yeah. So the thing was, we had these trips and it was like March, April, beginning of April, end of April, and then May.
Yep.
But somehow in my brain, your April trip was early.
Yeah.
So somehow in my brain, like as I was like categorizing these trips, the wedding in April was in April.
Yeah.
And the wedding in May was in May.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, that's fine.
Basically
They were,
4 weeks apart.
yeah, they were not 4 weeks apart. They were like, I don't know how many days. They were like
It was, I think it
a
was
week and a half or something.
Yeah. I think it was like technically like 10 days.
Yeah. So we got home and I just wasn't like living one day at a time.
Yeah.
We got home and I was like, oh shit,
Yeah. We got to
we're leaving again.
Mexico.
Sorry, guys.
I didn't even take my golf clubs out of my travel bag. I just set them by the door. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, that was a little, well, they were both weddings.
Yeah, you can't help.
So you can't help.
it,
Yeah. So, but I don't think I'll do that again. It was,
yeah,
I think our kids were.
we'll have to decide. We'll have to pick whose wedding we want more. If anybody tries to schedule them that close together.
Yeah, that's probably not. not something we got to worry about.
But that trip was super fun. Officiated my first wedding there.
Crushed it.
You sang, crushed
Nailed
it.
Oh, thank you.
But never mind. That's as far west as I've ever been. The Baja Peninsula.
Oh,
Forgot about that.
well, you were speaking about America.
Yeah, that's true. Different country. But yeah, that was my first time seeing the Pacific Ocean. And I don't know if we talked about this, but they did a beach bonfire thing. And
I think we have talked about this. Yeah.
I just wanted to be close to the ocean. I wasn't going to even try to touch the water. I just wanted to be close to it. And I got myself into a whole lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Because the Baja Peninsula is water you don't want to mess with, which I know. I know the Pacific Ocean is no joke. It's not the Atlantic. And so I just really just wanted to be by the water. Needed just a little break. But I got caught.
Busted.
By four-wheelers on the beach.
Yeah.
But no, that trip was so much fun. God damn it, do I love Vacation Jenni. I think about both of those vacations so often. You are a different person, and it's the best. You're not distracted. You don't have you have a clear mind, and that
clear minds, full hearts.
Yeah, it's fun. But those were really
I'm currently near the verge of a nervous breakdown.
Yes.
So I think maybe I'm due. Maybe Vacation Jenni is due to come out.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Then that summer, so we get back from Mexico, which is super fun.
Mm-hmm.
And that summer, we had a big birthday bash for you.
Oh, yeah. That was fun.
It was very reminiscent. My 40th party was very reminiscent, although my 40th did not turn up as much as your birthday party did last summer. That was...
Yeah, well, because for my birthday party, it was also a graduation party.
Right.
And so it was college themed.
Yes.
So we were doing all the college things. We were eating the college food.
Yep.
Like we had our favorite college
Burrito Loco
restaurant cater. We were doing keg stands. We were playing flip cup.
Yep.
We were doing all the stuff we did as slap the bag.
Yeah.
So it was the nostalgia that was bringing it out in people.
And I forgot how old I was. And we played flip cup. I mean, we were playing flip cup at like 2:30 in the afternoon.
I know. I'm so glad we don't know our neighbors because I would probably be embarrassed if I knew them.
And I mean, the sun was still up. Now, granted, it was summer, so I don't remember. But I was just like, I'm just going to go just take a seat for a little while upstairs and just kind of get my bearings. And
yeah, whoops-a-daisies.
Closed my eyes and then woke up and it was dusk and most people had gone, but there was a couple people that were still here and there was a bag of Franzia and it was white wine, which I had never danced with in college, but then...
We're not that drunk, cheeky bastards! We're not that drunk! We're not that drunk! We're not that drunk! We're not that drunk! We're not that drunk!
We just fired it up again and we finished that bag of wine that night. That was a fun party. That was a really fun party.
That was
actually, that party was the first keg stand I ever did in my entire life.
What?
Yeah.
First?
Mm-hmm.
You never did a keg stand?
Mm-mm.
That was the first keg stand I did in almost 20 years.
All it took was my first party freshman year. I saw a guy do a keg stand, and when he got lifted up, his shirt fell from his waist to his chin.
Oh.
That's all it took. I'm like, some games are not for me, but I decided to do it then. But I'm pretty sure I tucked my shirt into the front of my pants.
I'm sure we have a photo.
Yeah.
I know we have a photo of me doing one because my arms are so weak. The person who was holding my legs
it took more people
overestimated how strong my arms are. And they were like, wait, like...
It took more people to hold you up than it did me, which doesn't make any sense.
Because I have no arm strength.
Yeah, you were just like, so
I was
like,
no, you need to actually like support my entire body.
I make myself like a dead body, right?
Yeah. I think if you have arm strength, it's a lot easier.
Hey, here's a question. How does light as a feather, stiff as a board work?
So one individual lays on the ground.
No, I know how the game is played.
I thought you wanted me describe how it works?
Why does it work?
It doesn't.
How does it work then? What's the trick? That's what I mean. What's the
There
trick?
is no trick.
I've never done it.
It doesn't work.
I've seen it done.
Where?
I don't know.
No, it doesn't
At a
work.
party,
you
I thought.
No, you didn't. You were high on something. It doesn't work. You just are a bunch of 12-year-old girls screaming. That's all that happens.
Nobody gets lifted up?
No.
Ever?
I don't know what you saw, but no, I don't know what you saw. Because if you're really doing it, you're just supposed to use your fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure people can do it successfully. I think it's a thing.
I don't know about this.
I think it's a thing.
You saw it at a party once.
I don't know.
I think you were saying things.
Maybe. We talked about you going to Montana.
Mm-hmm.
This was also, we were talking about this, I think today in the hot tub maybe. This was our first ever time going Christmas caroling as a family.
Yes. Oh my gosh, it was so fun.
It was.
I loved it. It was the best day.
And so it took, so we live in the Minneapolis area and all of our friends live in different suburbs, some closer to others, but they're all kind of scattered all over the place. And so
we're very far north.
Yeah, we're on the north side.
Most of our friends are south.
South.
Yeah.
And so I had to chart it all out. Like, okay, and so I think when I was done with it, it was like 2.5 hours of just driving. If we just did that trip to all of our friends' houses, the furthest one is what, like 40-minute drive? So if we did all of the houses, it would have been 2.5 hours in the car. But we were like, not everybody's going to be home. We're probably going to get blanked a bunch.
Yes. So we had 8 families we were going to stop at, and we were like, maybe half will be home. Because we didn't tell them. It was just a surprise. Yeah. We're like, half of the people won't be there. Everybody was home. Every single person. One house, only the mom was home. And
they had COVID.
The dad and the kids weren't home. Yeah. Yeah. And she also had COVID.
Yeah.
So that but they were home and we sang for her.
Yeah.
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 Oh my gosh, that was so fun.
It was.
Yeah.
I made what kind of cakes did I make?
I think you made banana bread.
No.
Oh no.
Eggnog.
Eggnog cake. Eggnog bread.
Eggnog bread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was delicious.
We did eggnog bread, a bottle of wine, and then treats for kids.
Did we do treats for kids?
I think so.
Oh,
we had something for kids.
Oh, maybe some candy canes. Oh yeah, probably candy canes.
Yeah. So that was
Skittles,
bread.
Starburst candy canes.
That was bread from. We would go caroling as a family, and then when you and I started dating, you came caroling with us a couple of times.
Only time, I'm pretty sure, maybe my mom can correct me, but only time I ever went caroling in my whole life was with your family.
Yeah.
And I freaking loved it. It was so fun.
Yeah. And it was much easier, obviously, in our hometown, much smaller. You didn't have to go quite as far. But but it worked out. And I think we left at like noon. It was like 8 hours we were gone the entire time. And
it was a long day, but it was the best day.
Yeah, and what was so funny, too, about doing it is we were like, I don't know how people are going to react. Like, we're not a generation of dropper-inners.
No.
And so...
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose. And if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows like a light bulb. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Then one, there we go. Yay!
Our greatest fear is a drop.
It's my greatest fear in life.
But we know how to pick good friends who are all like, oh yeah, come on in. And so we stopped in pretty much everybody's house and had at least a little chat and then moved on. And one other set of friends weren't home. They were out to eat, and their parents were home babysitting.
Yes.
And so we caroled for them.
But the baby was home.
Yeah, the baby
and so
was
we got to
home,
see him.
And they
Wait,
they
was a
had
toddler,
a video of us singing on their ring cam.
Yeah.
So they were able to see it.
Yeah.
So
And it turns out they were just down the street.
yeah.
We could have gone and said hi. But I do have to say that you often say to me when I talk about the disaster that we live in.
Shut up. Oh, no? Okay.
No, you always tell me that it's normal.
Yeah.
We live like absolute freaking pigs most of the time. Just be honest. What do you see here? Dirty dishes on the sink.
We had a big party.
I mean, sometimes we go to bed with the dishes on the table.
That's true.
Like once a week, probably. Look at this floor. There's toys everywhere. You're right. We did have a party.
Yeah.
But you always say like everybody, like nobody lives this like perfect life. Like you're making this up.
And I am.
But when we caroled, I have to tell you that every single house
really
we
damning.
dropped in
It was really damning.
looked like a perfect home.
Yeah. So actually, let me take it back. We're friends with a bunch of psychos. That's what I learned last Christmas. That's what I remember.
Oh, actually, I think it was the Montana girls trip. It was that I admitted to a group of women that sometimes I go to bed with the dishes on the table.
Yeah.
And the stairs definitely said that that's not normal behavior. Everyone was like,
good. You know what?
Overnight?
Good. I don't want to be normal. Fuck it.
I was like, yeah, like sometimes if I'm really tired.
Yeah, sometimes it's just a lot.
Yeah.
And if everybody's cleaned their plates, what's the fucking difference?
Yeah. Right?
I move them to the sink. That's really that much better.
Right.
It's doing
They're
the
on the
same
table
thing.
or the counter.
Yeah. Whatever.
No, some people I think do them, wash them and dry them and put them away.
Yeah. Those are the killers. Those are the serial killers. We could tidy up a little.
Yeah, well, it's all right.
So-
you know, I'm just like really, really tired most of the time. By the time we get done eating, I'm just like dead as a doornail.
I do think we probably, as a family of four, do more things than a lot of people.
We do a lot of things.
We've got a lot of social butterflies in this house that really like to get out and about. So are we going to tailgate again or carol again this year?
Absolutely.
All right.
Of course we are.
We got to start planning our route.
Yes, we do.
Start checking our lists a couple of times. Who's been naughty and who's been nice?
Uh-oh. See how that goes.
That's what we should do.
Well, I don't. Oh. I don't want any part of this.
It's like there's the episode of The Office when Dwight is inviting people to like his aunt's funeral or something, and he goes in and he'll either sprinkle you with fertile soil and that means you're invited, or the shit soil and then you're not, and he just throws it in everybody's faces.
Oh.
We could do that.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
In keeping with Shroot custom, I will either invite you to Saturday's funeral by sprinkling red, fertile dirt in your face, or I will ask you to keep a respectful distance during my time of grief with a dusting of black, slightly acidic soil.
Yep. Acidic, all right.
Anything else you remember from last year? Oh, I have one other thing that we did that was kind of cool. We went to a movie at a football field. We got tickets through our season tickets to go watch the Mario movie on the big screen at Huntington Bank Stadium. That was a really fun.
It was really fun. I was worried that Jude's hearing was going to be affected, though.
Oh yeah,
because he was playing football
right
by the speakers.
Yeah.
I was really nervous about that.
Yeah, because they didn't use the full-on PA system. They just set up speakers, which I was very confused on how that was going to sound. Because I'm like, it's going to echo. There's not going to be anybody in the stands. But no, that was super fun. The weather was great. Sunset. And,
it was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was such a fun night. And you'd seen the movie.
Yeah.
So that was good. I think if you hadn't seen the movie, it would be like...
That's not how you want to see a movie.
But we'd seen the movie before, and we had a nice, cozy night.
Yeah. Super fun. So,
I'm sure something else happened.
Yes.
I just can't think of what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
But given what we've talked about and what you can remember.
Mhm. Oh, was this the year the kids started soccer?
Yeah.
This is the year I became a soccer mom.
Yes.
I kind of like being a soccer mom.
It's a good look on you.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I really like it.
Yeah. Yeah. We discovered that both of our kids have a natural knack for a sport neither of us ever played.
How
Which is
that even
so funny, isn't
possible?
it?
They just both know how to play soccer. What?
Should we have been soccer stars and we don't know it?
I don't think so.
Okay, good.
I'm not coordinated.
That's true. You running this morning with Clementine to the bus stop. I had to tell you to move your arms. You're running. Your arms are just straight down. Then just go swing your arms.
It's like Elaine.
Well, you might want to think about maybe moving your arms a little when you walk. You know, sort of swing them. So you're not lurching around, you know, like a caveman.
Okay, so 2023, Jenny. Does it have what it takes? Does a trip to Palm Springs, Chattanooga, Mexico, Montana, does that have what it takes?
I don't think so.
No.
I liked becoming a soccer mom.
Mhm.
That was fun. I liked it. I think it was too many trips in one year. That March, April, May, 4 trips in 3 months. That was too many trips. No, you don't think so? There's only so much vacation,
Here's what
Jenny,
I'm
that
gonna
the
say-
world can have.
Here's what I'm going to say about 2023.
It did bring me back to the movie theater, though.
On paper for me, 2023, stellar. Might be a winner. But overall, I don't think it had enough to. The trips look good on paper, but I don't think it had enough to get there.
It was just a lot.
Yeah.
I think there was just too much.
Yeah.
We had to do too much. Because the thing I love most about trips is looking forward to them.
Mhm.
And when you have them stacked up like that, you don't have any time to look forward.
Yeah, that's true.
You're just going from one to the next. I like, planning and dreaming and figuring out what you're going to do. And like this month might be the literal most chaotic month of my entire life.
Yeah.
I cannot even think about what I'm doing tomorrow
Right.
until today's
You wake
over.
up, yeah.
So it's too much.
Yeah.
You don't have the time to
Yeah.
yeah.
I hear you.
So 2021 is still my winner.
2021 then. 2021 is the best year of our 25 years together.
Oh my gosh, wow. I did not see that coming. Never would I ever have guessed 2021.
Me neither. What a surprise. Well, with that, should we go check on the kids?
Let's go check on the kids.
See you next week, everybody.